Hello everyone, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the 11th episode in my third Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. In the last series, I was kind of moving through this area. I did a lot of economic gold management, didn't really progress very far in terms of game time, so I'm hoping to make a little more progress in this episode now that I got a few things rolling there. Let's go straight to the comments for this week. Units, their Arch Redbeard pointed out to me that units do not get XP for killing resurrected units, and specifically that applied to resurrections from like the Shrine of the Guardian Angel, or I think the same would apply to the resurrection effect in tombs. I don't know if it applies to like a ghoul, like if a necromancer resurrected a unit. I like if it happened like with a combat spell or something like that. I don't know, so if you know, let me know. I actually didn't know that. I kind of thought you'd get XP regardless. Anyway, that's part of the reason why she didn't quite make it to level 9, because I was attacking a resurrected unit with her and she wasn't getting any XP for it. I guess it's just an anti-XP farming mechanism they put into the game. I'll come back to that comment in a minute. I want to do that last. First, let's talk about Honorbon Dada. He had suggested that, I think he was talking about this city, pointed out that if I position the city right, I might be able to get the enchanting tree and the dungeon in its borders. And I think he's right. Like, there's space here. I could do that. But this is one of those things where it's more of a matter of time. I don't think I want to take the time to destroy this city and then repurpose another one just to get that extra armor on my units. It would take a very long time for me to get that all up and running. I think it's a lot better to just let this city finish migrating and go ahead and just use the dungeon that's here for making dwarf firstborns. It'll still be a very good city, and it'll still make pretty good firstborns. It's just they won't have the extra enchanted armor. I'm okay with that. I just don't want to spend the extra time to do that. I apologize if that's not what you were talking about, but this is the only spot where I could see. I think you were talking about the city in the south. But yeah, so probably not going to do that, but it is a good idea, and if the game went really, really long, that might be good, but I'm hoping it doesn't last that long. Let's see. Mr. Sorrybot mentioned that I shouldn't forget to clear out the structures by this dwarf city over here. Most of these are cleared out. I think he was talking about this dwarf city over here. The only one that isn't cleared out is this Sphinx Temple. And of course, I guess if you count the box of cataclysms, but that doesn't give me any that doesn't give me any resource bonuses. So that's, and neither does this. I would just pick them up. It's like a one-time boost to your channeling points. Oh yeah, the Wizard Tower. There's that too. These are very much tougher structures to clear, and they would require stronger troops. I can't do it right now, but eventually, yes, I do hope to clear out those structures when I have armies that can deal with them. Maybe the Mystic army that I'm kind of sending to go deal with the Necromancer stuff there. Maybe they'll be able to do some fighting down there, but I doubt it. I don't think they'll be very good at, in particular, clearing this, since all the units in there are going to have, or a lot of the units in there are going to have spirit resistance. They'll probably be mostly Tigrans. So I may need different units to deal with that, but I will be having producing Succubi eventually too, so there's that. The Mystics, on the other hand, might do okay in like a Forbidden Sanctum, because those tend to have a lot of Phantasm Warriors, and Mystics will tear those apart. So that might be a thing I could do with them. Anyway, Silly Putty said, getting orcs will make the dragons cheaper. He is correct. As soon as this city can become my vassal, or as soon as I can pay for them, it'll be 4 turns before I can buy them. That will make the dragon city cheaper to purchase. That'll be by far the closest city I have to the dragons, who are, well, actually, the dragons are right here. I think that city is actually roughly an equal distance. In fact, this city might be slightly closer. So I don't know if that will help with lowering the dragon's cost at all. That might be about as low as it'll get. Let's actually look at that. It's still 670 gold. Maybe it'll go down once this city is done being in, like, whatever status it is. And I definitely don't want to click cancel there. I've done that too many times. It's still in the process of being absorbed. So maybe once it's done being absorbed, the cost of the dragon city will go down. Anyway, on to the next comment, which is going to kind of kick off this episode, and it has to do with my army down here. This is one that it was Who Am I 2357. He had mentioned that if these guys attack my army, they're going to waste the regrowth bonus that I got on some of my units that are kind of mixed in here. It'll get wasted fighting this army, and then I won't be able to use it against the orcs, which is where I really need it. He is right. Sav 33333, he mentioned that the scoundrels might not attack us stronger first. That might be more of a units from the necromancer circle type of thing, where the lost souls just sort of blindly charge whatever they see. I don't really want to take that chance, but there is a third option here where I run out to attack them with only units that don't have the regrowth bonus, and I think I have enough movement to do that. The Goblin Swarm Darter can actually initiate the battle, and he doesn't have regrowth. Neither does a Dwarf Forge Priest. The Node Serpent could get there, and he does not have regrowth, as far as I remember. And I actually don't think I gave it to my Dreadnought, which he was with a different group of units at the time. I think that's why. That's the only reason I can think of that I didn't give it to him, because otherwise I probably would have. So, yeah, I don't see it on there anywhere. So my Dreadnought can actually go out. Now this is a little risky because if the orcs send units down here, they might be able to jump my armies when they're broken apart. But I can solve that problem a little bit by moving most of my units forward. I can get these guys here, like in case of an emergency, that whole army can sit there. And then I can get a handful of units, like this guy, who does not have regrowth. I want that stunning unit. The bear has regrowth. This fairy does not, but I don't think she can make it over there. I know the saber-tooth chariot does. I gave it to them. So I'll probably just throw in like the swarm darter, and I could throw in the forge priest. I think in this group it was just the bear and the saber cat. So and they can't quite all move up either. I think it's the bear that's slowing them down, maybe the orc too. I'm gonna move these two up as well, just to get them a little bit closer. And actually they can move all the way into their army. So these four should be able to handle that group, and without wasting any of my regrowth bonuses. The only problem is that they are... This guy doesn't have forestry. They're moving into... This is still technically kind of risky, because they're moving into a tile that whatever unit moves in there is not going to be able to get back out of it. So... it wouldn't even matter if he had forestry. Basically, they could still attack me and draw like 4 units into the battle, which would be unfortunate if somebody came down, but I don't think I can avoid that. So I'm going to send out a unit that can... Probably a unit with like cave crawling, we'll say the Forge Priest. If the Forge Priest had forestry, this would work. Let's just do this. Oh, a nice critical hit there. And I think I'm gonna... Well, no, I want to attack them because they can sprint. So, how about a gun for you? Okay. And hopefully stun this guy. Nope. Forge Priest might be able to blow him away with fire the rest of the way. Nope. Instead I'll have them hang back and... Well, no, this is fine. No, I'll have them go over in front of the goblins, just in case they try something funny. So the goblins are by far the most vulnerable unit that I have. They did go for them. Okay, so I can heal units now, and use the other two to kill. High Elf Scoundrel should take a poison. They will absolutely wreck him with a critical hit. I don't know if I can give... Can I give Guardian Flame to this thing? I can. That'll be it for them. So nobody actually leaves the battle with any damage on them. That works out pretty well for me. Can't move him back. So these armies are kind of stuck where they're going to be. And I'll just have to hope nothing comes running down the cave and catches me off guard. I don't think they will. They shouldn't be able to see me down here, but then again, I'm pretty sure the computers kind of tend to know where stuff is anyway. They sort of cheat a little bit. Maybe a lot. Alright. I've gotten pretty much everything I wanted up north here. Forbidden Sanctum, I'm probably not strong enough to clear yet with that army. I don't want to risk it. I could send them... Well, I could send them to go get this city. Maybe just take it by force since I can't really afford it. But I also kind of wanted them to go down and clear this area. Excuse me. Clear this area here for possibly another city. Maybe that might just make for a decent fort. I don't know. They kind of need to be fighting stuff wherever it is they do go. They might be strong enough to take out the dungeon there. You know, I don't really have a good plan for this army. My original plan was to go down this way, but maybe it would be better for me to go after these... Maybe it'd be better for me to go after the Draconians over here. That looks like it'd be a halfway decent city. And there's other good structure sites out here along this northern edge. This would spread out my empire a lot, though. And I'm not ready to stretch it that far just yet. Although, I don't know. There's some decent structures around that Draconian city. I might just buy them, though. I could pay to have a vassal with them now. They had pretty decently sized borders. I remember they reached out to that mana pile right there because I couldn't pick it up. Same thing with that pile of gold. In fact, that pile of gold will help me get the cost of this back. So I'll sign peace with them, and I'll make them my vassal whenever the time comes. My alignment's slightly positive, but that's not really much of an issue right now. Alright, so since I'm going to buy them, I'm going to send this army down here, clear some space, hopefully get a couple units, and maybe come through here, clear some stuff. I just want spots for cities or forts. Anything I can do to get more resources. I have that builder, and he's not far away. He's coming through here. So actually, if I can get this army down here to clear a couple structures, I could have a fort up there pretty fast, giving me a good amount of gold and a decent amount of mana. That seems like a good plan. I almost want to split this army up, but I don't think that would be wise. Let's see here. I thought I had more units in there than this. I think the penguin is going to have to... Oh, wait, no, that's right. There's all those. Actually, that army is almost big enough to take two groups. I think the druid could have one group go one way. It's just clearing that structure is going to be a little bit tough. These structures over here might be a bit easier. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes when you should and shouldn't split up your army. Well, I have enough units to get pretty close to 6. What I'll do is I will send the... I need to decide who should go with who. The penguin, I think, should go with the druid. I would prefer to send them... I don't know if it really matters. I guess the mage should go... The mage should go east. The mage should go east because there's a tomb over there. And that's really the only reason I have. He might be better at clearing the undead from that. So I'll send the druid south. I'll send the druid south, and I will give her the penguin. I will give her, let's see, who would pair well with the druid. He needs more defensive units, I think, so I'll leave the sun guard with him. There's not really a spellcaster with that group. Tell you what, I'll send the bard needs to go with the bard needs to go with the priest because the curse combination. And then I want probably the spellcaster. I think the fairy, I think this army is lacking a little bit of strength, whereas the other one is fundamentally stronger. So I'll send the fairy with them, I think. I'll send the sun guard, because this army would otherwise have 2. and hopefully this group can kill a unit down here somewhere, or I would convert a unit down here somewhere. They might be able to get something out of that farm, I suppose. Anything to help them fight, and then I can just sacrifice an animal if I need to, whatever it takes to clear that structure. This army is not really very good, but this army, on the other hand, is pretty strong, especially with the Nightshade Fairy, so I think they'll do okay for themselves. Let's just have them all get together, and they will head east. It's probably better to have that army heading east anyway, because they're maybe more likely to run into enemies over there. Okay, that does it. Let's see. Can cast a spell. Well, what do I want to cast a spell on? I've already got... I could get Iron Grip on any number of cities. I want it on one that's primarily generating resources, I think, because this city here is already producing the units I want in one turn. I don't think I want Iron Grip there. I would prefer to get it on a unit like a city like this one that's kind of generating, has a lot of resource structures in it, just to make even more of them with the happiness bonus. This might not be a bad city to put it on. It's not a lot of resources, but it will help it grow faster, and I do need that city to grow. At least I'm pretty sure it does. It's 345 right now. Population is happy. Should become cheerful after this. And that boosts the growth to 390. Very happy. Yep, a little bit more. Not a lot, but a little bit. Maybe I should have cast it on a different city. Well, there's no point in second guessing it. I need to get this moving along here. A lot of kind of long-term planning, how to divide up my armies and do all that kind of stuff. It takes some time. The nice thing is I do have enough units to think about those kind of things. Oh yeah, another reason why she is with the Druid's army. The Druid is the one that can summon the ancestral spirits, or is going to be able to. And those also have the spirit breaking, which will make the bard hopefully more useful. Okay, so I would love to hit the haste berries, but I'd have to kind of go out of my way to do that. Wouldn't make sense, but I can get the Lucky Clover Field. I'll go ahead and just grab it. It'll respawn eventually. Item has arrived. Who got what? The mage got these greaves. I don't really know which of these items he should have. I think everyone has leg gear. Oh, the theocrat does not. I'll send the leg gear to the theocrat. He could probably be more of a fighter than the mage would be. Alright, I'll think about what I'm going to say merchandise for now until after I've spent my gold, but I'll have to think about what to do with this city. I know here I'm trying to get the Empire quest for, what's it called? I think Imperial Residence or something like that. First to build a Grand Palace, whatever one that is. And I think I am going to come pretty close. I have a ton of production in this city, and it's really happy. All I need, I think, is I need the temple, the Great Temple, and then I think that's it. Just the Imperial Palace after that, so I'll continue along that route. Summer of Love here, extra population growth, so that's nice. I'm going to leave her on that city for now. Actually, I'm going to leave her in between the two cities, so she can make it to either one as needed. Right there's perfect. It also blocks a route into the city. And then we'll kind of do this on a case-by-case basis, but I'm going to keep producing those Mystic Guards, make that a priority. I know that you guys can all be allies, that's lovely, but I'm not ready for that yet. Omen of the Dove has 2 rounds left. Alright. Back over here, I'm really close to getting this in my border, which I think will boost this happiness up to, really close, but not quite. I might still need to cast, what is it on the City Iron Grip? For now, I'm gonna say that this city is actually This city should actually start thinking about producing saber chariots pretty soon, I think. That's probably the next focus that the city needs to have. I'm probably going to cast iron grips on this city on this turn to help it build these things faster. Let's figure out what I'm doing with my main armies first, and then I can decide whether I can spare the magic for that, because I don't want to cast it at the beginning of the turn and waste it. Let's see. How did I have them divided up? I'm sure there wasn't saber-tooth chariots with each. Alright, I get to go above ground this episode with my main force. This ought to be exciting. I think I had the Dwarf Forge Priest with her, and Goblin Swarm Darter was with her. The rest of these guys can follow behind, and have the Bear and the Mage join them. And let's see what's up here. Alright, no enemy units in sight yet. I'm going to make a beeline straight for that capital city. Let's make sure everybody gets up. Alright, how far can they move? Because the rogue's army seems to be able to move further. Should be there within a couple turns. And these extra units... Oh, I should have thought about this. Can they catch up? Not quite to where I want them to be. Well, it might not be bad to have them here. They might draw a unit in. It's unlikely, I think, that I'm going to... Because they can only come from one of two directions. I think it's unlikely that they would be able to attack this army of 3 adjacent to this army only and ignore this army with a significant enough force for it to matter. So I am going to send them along just to have the extra backup. Could be useful in the city battle if I get a chance to surround the city. Doing this, I'm basically leaving this area completely unguarded, but I don't really have a lot here yet anyway. Oh, there's this guy. He's going after the crow. I need to go a different direction with that crow, and he's going to take that city. Now I'm wishing I didn't move those units up, because I would have sent them back. They could have handled him by themselves. Maybe I can get him to chase the crow somehow. He'll probably go for that city, which will be kind of bad. He's got cave crawling too. He can go wherever he wants. He could catch my crow if he wants. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing he comes after my crow and not the city. Alright, gotta make a decision regarding this city here. It doesn't appear that I'm going to need spellcasting points for any battle stuff on this turn. Get this out of the way. So I'm going to cast Iron Grip here now. That makes it much easier to produce a lot of things. Except for the Siege Workshop, I still kind of need that. I'm going to get the Siege Workshop. Yeah, I think I'm going to need that. It's hard for me to tell because I can't produce Saber Chariots yet. I don't remember how much they cost. Okay, having spent all that mana, picking up this pile of it doesn't seem like a bad idea. And then I think going back for the gold would be wise, since it's just sitting there waiting to be picked up. Actually, my other army's coming through that area eventually. I think the crow should continue scouting. I'll leave him there, that way if I do need to go back and get the gold on the next turn for whatever reason, I have that option. Okay, this guy can tunnel right on through here. And we'll be able to make it there within a couple turns. These guys are kind of in the way right now, so I'll have to hope that those Archons move. I'll give them a path either direction, wherever they want to go. Alright, leaving these armies on hold position for now. So I just can't see a lot up here. Might have been a good idea to bring that raven along with them. Again, ignoring the Forbidden Sanctum, there's no way I could take that right now. Okay, city's been affected by Iron Grip. Still pushing my mana limit, but not nearly as much as I was before. I've got that balanced a little better now. Alright, I think that's all. Can't cast any more spells on this turn. I will have upgraded spell casting on the next turn. I'm going to keep my eyes out. I'm going to keep my eye out on what this goblin unit does down here, because whatever happens with my army above ground, that's, you know, whatever happens is going to happen. I'm in full rush mode right now. I'm just charging for the sake of trying to knock somebody out. He is going for the city. That's not surprising. That was the wise move on their part. I'm wondering if my other units, if I sent them back, could get to him. I don't know if he'll summon stuff in there. Okay, that's going to hurt my unit's morale a little bit, so that's kind of annoying. I got a feeling that even if I sent those other units back, it still wouldn't be enough to matter. Okay, that's a path right through there. Don't have to worry about the trees. So that's the shortest route to their capital. It's time for me to do a little bit of scouting with one of preferably the faster units, which in this case is going to be my queen. I just want to see what's in that city, and it actually looks... Oh, it's this fog. That's why I can't see anywhere. They could make it as far as that spot. The other army could make it as far as that spot. So they're moving at the same pace now. Well, she's up there, so the rest of the army is going to need to go, and something in there has a little bit more vision range than she does. We've got 2 succubi, a trebuchet, a shredder. Nothing terrifying yet. I could handle that. I could handle that group if that's all it is. Unfortunately, their king is not here, as far as I can tell. I don't know if I should bring them or not. Getting that city will help, because that'll expand the borders quite a bit. I think they need to go back down and do something about that hero. It's risky. I mean, it's risky either way I do this, but if I send them back here, I could be in range of hitting that hero on the next turn. If he stays there, he's dead. I'm wondering where this crow could go. I'd like to get that crow into the lake up here, I think. Let's see what I can see down here. Okay, that's not a bad spot for him to go. He can fly down here, he can get the haste berries, see what's in this dark area in this part of the map. Actually, probably could have sent the crow back to help them fight, at least temporarily. Okay, he tried to disjunct treasure raiding. I'm not really raiding a lot of structures right now. Maybe next turn, but... I said close. Okay, close. There we go. This army here needs to go do some treasure raiding down here. I should probably reinforce that spell. At least devote a little mana to it. I think that's part of the reason why I got so much magic all at once, is because they disjuncted some of my global spells. That will happen. Okay, there is a ruin here. Could handle that pretty easily. Mana, plenty of mana. Tons and tons of mana. What can I cast? Corpse Looting got disjuncted, but Poison Mastery is still active. That's one I definitely don't want them to disjunct. Because that's really... I think that's a really good spell. Summoning Grimbeak Crows might not be bad. I think actually on this turn, summoning a crow would be the best idea, because if it gives me even the slightest chance of helping to locate their king, that's probably worth it. I'm going to do that. Looks like there's water this way, so maybe more likely that their king went east. Summon it here. Fly a little bit. See what I can find. That's not orc territory, or that's not tiger and rogue territory. And that's water. Well, hopefully that crow can help find wherever this person is. One more level of Cloak and Dagger, I think, to get to that nice round 60 figure. There's a lot of spells that require 60 to cast. Getting Succubi, or starting research on Succubi now would also probably be good, because once my capital's done making Mystics, I will probably make a few Succubi there as well. It'll be able to get to make them faster. Between those two, I don't know. How much casting does it cost to cast some of my spells, I wonder? Poison Mastery takes 50, so if that gets disjuncted, I could get it back up. Quartz Looting takes 60. I can actually start summoning that again, and then I'll be able to finish casting it on the next turn, because that would make a total of 60. I think I'm going to research something else besides Cloak and Dagger here. I want to have the option to make Succubi soon. Alright, my leader leveled up. I think it was Infiltration Squad I wanted to get. Yeah. That will be useful because there are a couple of units in there. There's a few range attackers and the trebuchet. So I'm definitely going to want to get units up over those walls. It doesn't really help this army as much, though. The spider already has wall climbing. The fairy floats over the walls. I guess it'll help the saber-tooth chariot. It's better than nothing. Let's get it. I can maybe rethink about who wants to go with her group on the next turn. But for now, I don't think it matters, because if I get attacked, it's going to be in the open field anyway. Alright, back here. Great Temple is next on the list. That will take 2 turns. Hopefully I can beat these guys to this Grand Palace thing. That'd be really nice. Let's get another Mystic. Oh, and I have run out of money, and need to do something about that. So, if I had actually... Here's a little thing about... a little quirk with the game that I've noticed. You have to pay attention to the order you do things in. If I click a Mystic now, it's going to pause it like I can't use it. But now, or like I can't make it, but now let's say I go over here, where's my crow? And I go pick up this pile of gold, and then I'll send him back because I don't need the mana right now. Okay, and then go back to my capital city where I was making her. She's still paused. It's not going to produce her on this turn, at least I don't think it is, unless the game recalculates right at the end of the turn before it would normally produce the unit. But if you click the close button and then reselect her, then it'll spend the money and I will get her on the next turn. Just a weird little quirk in the game, like I said. It's odd. I might have been able to get her with the money from this guy, actually. I don't think I would have, but it would have been close. Oh, and there's this tunneler. Got about. And these guys are in the way. These guys are in the way, so I'm going to make a path around them right now. That'll allow them to get down here. I can go ahead and make that, or do that fight. And he is just not going to have enough movement to get through all that. So they're going to have to wait around for an extra turn. But this also got them down here faster, so I can do this. Actually, it doesn't really matter if the whole group goes on there, because they're all going that way anyway. Except for that a little bit tougher group than I thought. Well, I mean, it is just halflings, but on the other hand, I only have 3 units. That might not be a smart fight. Technically speaking, I don't have to fight them. Although it looks like I'm going over lava there, the bridge is adjacent to that tile. So they can actually wait here. Yeah, they can wait there and then start tunneling through. I'll leave that structure alone for now. I'm not going to take that chance. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and kill these things. I like to use these little walls and stuff to my advantage, although I don't think I got a very good side of the map for doing that. I can still kind of try. This unit's got a lot of health, so I'll throw him up to the front-ish. These units have first strike, so they should probably be hanging around here too. I want the mage behind the wall, same thing with the fairies. Tiger and Sun Guards should go there. That's a decent setup. They'll probably charge me now. I could have run around and used the wall more. It looks like they're going to give me the opportunity to. Okay, so in this case, what I would do is I would put the... I don't want to leave the Sun Guards there. I'll put the Sun Guards here so that only one unit can hit them at a time. Move the mage here. Chariot Rider here. Prowler's here to assist the Chariot Rider if they gang up on him. Mage there. Fire the Warg a couple times. Fairies here. Now if they run around, I'm going to have to rethink this. But for now, I'm going to leave the Chargers right where they're at. Okay, I'm glad that didn't work. Okay, Chargers have the option to fly over all sorts of stuff to hit whatever they want. I kind of want to have the fairies shoot those trolls. They would do a ton of damage to them. I think I will have the flyer come back here and stab this thing. Or I say flyer, they're Chargers. A unit with a range attack, it'd be nice if I could get him out of there. It'd be nice if I could get him out of there so he could go throw a Sun Spear to finish that spider off. That'd be right, just about the right amount of damage. Even on defense, this troll is going to do a lot of damage to that guy, and it's guard breaker, so I do need to do something about that troll on this turn. The Sun Guards can move up to 2 spaces away, so they could flank attack the trolls. I will let my mage finish the spider off. I'll then have Sun Guards move here. Fairies move here. Fairies will do a bunch of damage to that troll. They might come pretty darn close to killing it. Martial arts will allow me to get those guys off pretty easily. I should be able to move away with that unit. And that spear will probably finish him off. Okay, not too bad. That troll went down a lot quicker than I thought it would. They're not very resistant to magic at all. Mana-powered heavy drill. Now here's something interesting. Who could use this? Really, anybody could, honestly. Who is the most likely person to need to tunnel through something? I'd love to give it to my theocrat hero right now, but it would take too long to get there. This might be something that this army could use. Right here. The druid. Somebody underground. I don't think, it doesn't appear that he's going to need to tunnel anytime soon. He's just going to clear a bunch of structures with his army. I'll send it to the druid. She's a little bit more surrounded by more dirt at the moment. That's a nice item to find when you're underground. Go back up, get the mana, go down, get that. So that army's going to be doing a lot of fighting. They'll be busy for a while. Okay, can go to the next turn. I don't think there's anything else. Or Omen of the Dove is almost over. which is notably going to be happening right before a large battle. We'll have to see what kind of stuff they move into that city. And also, again, I already kind of know what to expect coming into that city. I'm going to watch and see what this guy does. See what direction he runs. There's always the chance that my army above ground could get attacked, which if they do, that's going to be an interesting battle. Oh, no! He just turned the city into an undead city. Like, really fast. Critical failure, destructing treasure rating. I got lucky because I didn't reinforce it. Okay, so he is all alone. I think that group should be able to handle him. Let's see what this guy's got. Throw curse. He's a necromancer archlich, but he doesn't have any units following him around right now. Unless he's got like... Unless he's... Well, no, he shouldn't have goblin untouchables with him. Or goblin units, like marauders, concealed units, because the mystics have true sight, so if they're close enough to be able to see, I'm pretty sure he is definitely alone. It's just him. So I'm going to take out a hero. Hopefully they don't pull off any weird tricks. Magic usually is how it goes. Okay, like stiffen limbs. That's a weird trick. Don't like it. Actually, they cast it on a bad unit. Oh wait, no, they cast it on a good unit. It's the Dwarf Deep Guard. I need to maybe hit him with something. I want to save my magic for the end battle, though. I would use it all up pretty fast anyway between stoning and rain of poison blades, so he does not have a lot of health. I'm not going to have to do much damage to this guy to kill him. I'm going to try to work with that for now. Stiffen Limbs is a great spell. It's one of the reasons why I like the Necromancer so much. Ouch. Ooh, you little jerk. Okay, unfortunately, does the Werepanther get more movement? Because I would love to break that open, shoot him with a volley of longbows. I could pounce him, at the very least. Good, it does give more movement. So I need to make sure I break the right one. It's hard to tell which obstacle is blocking them, though. It might be both. I don't know if I'd be better off pouncing him, or he'll probably cast a spell again to finish those longbows off. They can move one space regardless. So I'm going to break this one. And then I can at least get a volley of arrows in on this guy. Do a decent bit of damage. He's let his guard down now. Stoning might finish him off. But it might not. It's a 50-50... No, it's not really even a 50-50 chance. It's slightly not in my favor that would work. I maybe should have pounced with these guys and then shot him with the longbows. I might lose the longbows, but hey, trading longbows for a hero, I'll do that any day. Yep. That's what I figured, but now I can kill him without using any spells. I think. Might be a wise idea to pounce him here. These guys will just inch a little closer. And I'm on guard, so that's good for me. He's kind of stuck there. Well, he could run over the broken fence. But I don't think he will. I'm pretty sure I would kill him if he tried to move now. Yep. Okay. That's one hero down. A small sacrifice, but very much worth it. Who wants a Spirit Ray? How about the mage? You're kind of a ranged unit. You know what? How about her? She doesn't have any magic attacks. She's just got the bow. Might not be a bad idea to have a druid with a Spirit Ray. Okay, now I could probably safely assume that they will send more after me, but I'm going to say I'm going to purge this back to dwarves because I like the idea of having this be a dwarf city. It'll take me a long time to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to defend it. I think what I will do is abandon the city again, or at least stay kind of in range of it so I can monitor what's going in there. This army is going to end up, this army here is going to end up joining these guys. So they'll have some backup coming. I can cast this spell, but I don't want to do that yet because I have stuff going on up here. Alright, oh, nuts, they did get a Shadow Stalker in there. Those are a pain. I don't think it'll be enough to stop me. The fairies will do pretty well against them, and I have 2, but it's still going to make the battle a little tougher. I would like to see what that Raven can find. I don't know if I want to do that siege in this episode. I might save that for the next one. But I also need to do that before deciding what to do with the Raven, because this is going to let me see more once I've got that city. I can at least move some items around here. He leveled up randomly, I think. It's still a little ways off from getting convert. Strong Will's a nice bonus to have for your army. With the Prowler and their Sacred Arms, I think would be kind of nice. I got a couple melee units. Actually, look at them. They're kind of low. Their morale's kind of low. I think I'll just do Chaplain. Make my units a little happier. Also give him Touch of Faith. That's not bad for just 2. Alright, let's bro through here. Have that army join the builder, and they'll break through on the next turn, and we'll be able to run down here. Now I gotta remember, as I'm doing this, I'm also making a route for the enemy to come to me, but I think it's gonna benefit me more in the short term. And hopefully in the long term as well. Let's see, I got another Mystic here, that's 3, so let's make another one. Will they be able to make it to that structure? They'll be able to make it to that structure in 1 turn from here. I don't know if these guys will really be an appropriate match for the Dread Reapers and stuff in there, but I can't really think of a better tier 2 unit anyway. And the fact that they can all turn into Panthers if things get dicey with the other kinds of units in there. I don't think I'll need to do that with them except for healing at the end of the battle, but they should do pretty well. They've also got that extra spirit protection which will help protect them from getting having Invoked Death cast on them. Just 161 gold in this city. It is growing pretty fast now. Look at that. It's up to 520. That's over 100 more than it was last turn. Happiness is exactly 500, which makes you kind of want to build public baths to get it to exactly 600. But I think I want a Builder's Hall in here now. The city's kind of getting to that point. I was going to build Stables of Vigor in here. I kind of need a barracks too. A little low on money still. Still struggling with that. And I'm going to need enough for a Grand Palace in this city on the next turn if I want to try to get that Empire upgrade. Okay. Everybody's going to have to go back to produce merchandise, I'm afraid. Wait, how is this city building a laboratory? Did I tell it to do that? Did I misclick or something? I didn't mean to. What's its production at? It's 35? I've been building a laboratory for a couple turns now. Well, I hate to waste that, but I don't remember telling it. Maybe I did do that in like a... That would have been 2 episodes. That would have been like the beginning of this episode or the end of the last one. I don't remember telling it to do that. Nuts. I just don't have enough money for all this, and I don't want to waste that laboratory, so I'll let it finish instead of canceling it. Hopefully I'll be able to get some good gold pickups from treasure sites and stuff. I can cast corpse looting, but I'm going to wait. I don't want to do that before this battle, even though that would be very profitable for me. But that's only assuming that the battle goes well, and the enemy that I'm going up against will still have all his casting points. So I have to keep that in mind. I might need stoning at some point, or rain of poison blades, and it could be useful because my hero will be in the battle. Alright, we'll stick in with merchandise here. I'm going to stick with it. This should give me enough to get the Grand Palace on the next turn, combined with whatever pickups I get. I am going to maybe have to take a hold on producing a Mystic for one turn, but we'll see. This army here, I could go get this little battle done, since I'm not going to do the big one in this episode. Let's pick the mana up. It's on our way over. Back down. Oh, there's also a tomb up there. Gives me items. I don't remember if you get any gold from clearing those. Maybe I'll get a good unit out of this. I'm going to clear this little structure first. Just a bunch of little halflings in here. Sad to be underground. About to be really, really sad to be underground. Alright. Well, the Sun Guard would make that halfling just that. He would wreck him. Just absolutely wreck him. In fact, these are all melee units, now that I see that. How about putting the pikeman up front? Letting him finish that little guy off. He probably won't finish that little guy off, though. That's a problem. Maybe in combination with the saber-tooth chariot, he could. I'd like him to get some XP. Now he'll get him. Alright, put pikemen up front to watch out for those cavalry. Saber-tooth chariot's strong enough to take care of itself. And I want to leave these guys just to where they can make their use of their martial arts ability. Oh, you're in trouble. That guy is in big trouble. Ah, I love martial arts. It's so good. Alright, let's see about killing these halflings here, these little guys. More or less right now I'm thinking in terms of experience, and I'm trying to maximize the amount that my mage gets. I think I'm actually going to let him shoot the pony rider, and we'll probably not kill it, unfortunately. I could stab it again with the saber-tooth chariot. I could... Those guys have guard breaker. They'll be able to take care of that halfling by themselves. Ooh, those guys will come darn close to killing the pony rider. I just want to make sure that he gets the kill on the pony rider. Is basically what I'm thinking right now. Tigrans won't kill it in one shot, so what I'll do is charge these guys out here, get a nice strong hit on the halfling, make the sun guards go behind, stab him once, and then he can get the kill. No problem. There we go. I'm hoping he gets inflict stun soon. That would be very useful. Maybe I got it. Nope, it's not on this level. I think it's level 7. Should get inflict stun. For now, charged army is probably pretty good. I don't remember how much inflict stun costs, whether it's 5 or whether it's any extra. I want to give him charged army because he's an army leader now. I think it'd be good to have. Also sort of want to save for sorcery as well. Charged army is worth it getting an extra channel of damage on all of my units. I'll grab that. I'm pretty sure I can still... Ooh, a Draconian Flyer. I can't afford anything in there, though. I have other priorities with my money right now. Can also clear this tomb on the same turn. That is going to be a battle for the next episode. The next episode is going to have a lot of fighting in it, I think. For now, I think this is kind of a good place to leave off. I know it's a little bit of a cliffhanger. I apologize for that, but I do think this is a very winnable battle. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm ending the episode where I'm at, because now you guys can see what's in here. Maybe you'll have some good advice for me. Again, I'm up against... There's 2 Tigrant Succubi here, a Trebuchet, and a Shredder. And then in this army, 1 other Succubus, 2 Tigrant Mystics, one of which is gold rank. I want to pay attention as to what that does. It gives them phase. And then, of course, the Shadow Stalker. So, altogether, 3 Succubi, Shadow Stalker, Shredder, Mystic, 2 Mystics, and a Trebuchet. I think it's a winnable battle, especially with Infiltration Squad, if I use that correctly. But if you have your own thoughts, let me know. Otherwise, thanks, as always, for watching, everybody. It's been fun. I'm having a blast with this series, by the way, because this is really a class I haven't played as much before, so I'm kind of learning some things as I go. You guys are a huge help with that. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next episode.